So I'm living with my roommate. Things aren't going great. And all of a sudden, he comes to me one day and he says, John, did you steal my quarters?
Hey, man. Did you touch my drum set?
And I was like, buddy, no.
Nope.
I didn't steal your quarters.
I didn't touch them.
She's like, well, I'm missing an entire jar
It's just weird.
of quarters.
Seems like someone definitely touched my drum set.
It wasn't me. I'm not, dude, like, I'm not taking your quarters, okay? And he's like, John, there were quarters here and now they're gone. Who have you had over? I'm like, dude, chill out, man. Like, what do you want, 20 bucks? Like, whatever. So we move on. We're both kind of getting mad at each other. Like, what? Then one day, I go to make some ramen noodles. I had just bought a fresh pack and my ramen are missing. All 12 packs. And I was like, I texted him. I said, dude, did you take my ramen noodles? And he's like, no, I didn't take your ramen noodles, dude. And I was like, I promise you I didn't take your quarters. Did you take my ramen noodles? And he's like, no, I didn't. And I was like, oh, what's happening, dude? A couple days later, my Xbox is missing. I walk into his room and I'm like, bud, you are for sure stealing from me. Like there's no shot. And he's just like, no, I'm not, John. I swear. I did not touch your Xbox. So now it's been like a week and a half or 2 weeks this has been going on. It's a Sunday. Lions are about to play a big game. And I was like, I'm going to put on my Lions jersey. I think it was a Calvin Johnson or Matthew Stafford jersey. So I go to look for my jersey and my jersey's gone. Okay. It's for sure stolen. Like someone's stealing from me. My jersey's gone. So I get a little curious of my upstairs neighbors because I know I can smell them, smoke all the time. The kid's always home. And so I knock on the door. His mom answered. He lives with his mom. His kid's like 20 years old. I said, hey, can I talk to your son? And she was like, he doesn't want to come out. And I was like, all right, can I just ask you a weird question? Like, I think I've met him before. What's his name? So she tells me his name and I go on Facebook and I look him up. My guy has a Facebook profile picture of himself in my Lions jersey playing Madden on my Xbox. I'm like, I look at this and I'm like, no shot. So I call the cops. Cops show up. And I'm like, I'm freaking out, dude. I'm freaking out. I'm like, cops, do you see this? Like, look, this is my stuff. It was stolen. Here's a picture of him wearing it. And they're like, hold on a second. Like, you calm down. I'm like, just go up there and get him. Go get him. Like, you see it. Here's proof. And they're like, oh, how do I know it's yours? Yeah, we can't just go in there up there. He goes, I'm supposed to get a warrant, but I can go knock on the door. I hear him walking around upstairs. Let me just go knock on the door and just see if he answers. So the cop goes upstairs, knocks on the door, and the kid hides, right? So now the cop's suspicious. He goes out to the car. He gets a warrant. Takes a couple hours. Goes upstairs. Never left his car, though. Stayed there the whole time. Goes back upstairs and finds all my stuff and my ramen noodles. Asked me if I want the ramen back. I said no. Was going to give me the ramen back, but had to keep my Xbox and my jersey for 6 months for evidence. What? Why? How come we don't have to keep the ramen for evidence? I don't know. What if he touched the ramen? I don't know. Here's what turns out is happening. So now, like, this is the crazy. He gets arrested. The very next day, he's back upstairs. I'm like, what is happening? Like, I can't get my stuff back. They have proof that it was him, that he stole my stuff. I had to wait for the court date and all that stuff. He made bail. He was unscrewing the hinges on our front door when we left for work because we both worked in the exact same time. Dude was unscrewing the entire hinges of our door, coming in, stealing stuff, and then screwing it back on. We locked the door and everything. Isn't that wild? I don't know if my roommate got his quarters back. I doubt it. Fast forward like 3 to 6 months. It's Christmas time. So it's September. It must have been like 2-3 months. I get a call from the police finally while I'm at Luigi's Pizzeria. And they're like, hey, you can come pick up your stuff tomorrow now. He's gonna do, I think he told me like he pled guilty. He's got to do like community service or something. Him and his mom moved out. I think they got kicked out. I think I told the landlord and the landlord kicked him out. So whatever, I went back, I picked up my stuff. My jersey had a stain on it. I was super upset. That same day, this is why sometimes I think we just live in a simulation because these stories are too crazy. Same day that I get the call, I'm at Luigi's having food. I go to Walmart to pick up like, I don't even know what it was. Probably like food or an energy drink or something. And I see the dude. Same day, he's just there at Walmart. Scrawny guy. I walked right up to him. I just said, hey man, hope you have a Merry Christmas. I walked away. He didn't say anything. He didn't say Merry Christmas. He just like kind of looked at me and was So that's my story. That's the story of the time that I got robbed by the person who lived above me. And it caused a rift between my roommate and I for like 10 days. That was just horrible.